Okay, welcome back. I'm David Mulligan, and this is the Writers Bloc on Virtual Channel Network. Today we are continuing our review of The Postman, written by Brian Helgeland and Eric Roth. So we're going to take a look and see what they do. 68. Scene 60. The second paragraph, action description, you see. The last time he and Bethlehem were face to face, the postman had a shaved head, was dressed in rags, and was covered with cuts and bruises. Bethlehem can't place him. But there's something familiar at the same time, all the same. There's something familiar all the same. You see how he does that? You see how he's got a lot of information here. He's got to really spell it out because the reader's going to feel that he's going to get it. And how is he not going to get it? I would probably do it a little more concisely just because I'm paranoid like that of having too much. But I like the way he does it, and I like that last part where it says something familiar, all the same. It almost makes you think. You can almost sense him feeling it without directing the actor. Same page. Down at the bottom, the last action description paragraph. Although he wants to confess everything, something tells the postman he has to try to brass it out. I love that. Brass it out. I've never heard it before. I looked it up. A good writer should have a good handle on vocabulary, on language, on grammar. That's what I love. I love the grammar. And brass it out is a kind of a neat term. I don't know where it comes from. It's probably regional, probably where Brian or Eric came from. They say those kinds of things. You know, like I'm from New York, and we say, forget about it. Hey, forget about it. I used to say that a lot. Actually, I still say it, but whatever. So those little phrases that you might have in where you grew up, if you grew up in Mississippi or if you grew up in Brazil, doesn't matter. You know what? Those little regional things, people are very interested in. They really like that. The Coen brothers, for instance, excels at regional dialogue. All their work has a regional dialogue in it and done very well. And no writer should avoid that sort of thing. They should cherish that. They should embrace that. Especially their roots, right? Of course. Moving on. Uh, 74. All right, this is a little iffy. I'm not really sure about this, but I wanted to bring it up. I wanted to talk about it. It's more the voice kind of thing. At the bottom, you'll see the postman says, Mark doesn't mean I'm a... And Abby says, you're a liar. I should have let you die. Then why didn't you? If she knows, she's not ready to say it yet. If she knows, she's not ready to say it yet. Who decides that? If anybody makes a decision, is it the director? Is it the actress in this case? I don't know. It's a kind of a gray area. I guess it depends on how big the actor is, how big the director is, how big the screenwriter is. But I like it. I'm not sure if I'm bold enough of a screenwriter to say F in something. But I like that sort of idea that we don't know as an audience. The reader does not know the audience. But no, something's up, you know. So it retains the suspicion, but it keeps it ambiguous. I like that. Hopefully I can use that myself. 82. Scene 90. First action description paragraph. Before he can come clean, ... They see a distant rider coming hard. The postman unslings the rifle, slides around into the chamber. Why did I bring this up? Oh, right. This is interesting. I like this. So two people are having a conversation. And then something interrupts them. Do you know what they always do? You know what novice writers always do? They put suddenly. Suddenly, this happens. Suddenly, that happens, which is great. You know what? There are always times and places. It's very easy to find a time and a place for the word suddenly. We like suddenly. Suddenly is very cool to use. But you can use it too much, right? So in this case, I really like that he goes in one direction with the action description, ... and then turns in the action description and says, they see a distant rider coming hard. It changes everything. Rather than having, like, you know what they do a lot? They go, well, what do you think, ... and then a rider is coming. You know, we cut off the dialogue, you know, that sort of thing. You can do that. So something to consider about when you want things to suddenly happen or you want an interruption. Take a look at this and, take a inventory note that there are other ways that you can do it that are just as effective or, in this case, much more effective. The next paragraph down after the long piece of dialogue, I actually like the dialogue because the dialogue reveals a lot of exposition and character for the postman. This is what I hate. Strangers, do you say hi or do you blow their head off? Do they want to share what they've got or take what you have? And if they want to take, how far are you willing to go to stop them? Damn it. To the writer. All right, that's far enough. It says a lot. It says a lot about him, about the character, about the world we live in, good stuff. But that's not what I'm talking about. The writer pulls up short wearing a blue homemade uniform. Postman says, "We don't want any trouble." "Me neither, mister." The postman is taken back. The writer, a girl, pulls off her cap, mops it across her brow. Maybe 14. We'll always know her by her ponytail. Abby registers the uniform first. What are you? Carrier 18? U.S. Postal Service? Got an email? I love this scene. I really like how he did this and how he introduced this character. He only introduces the character as Ponytail. That's cute. That's really nice. That's how we know her. It's very descriptive, but very simple. And you know immediately. You will always know her now. Anytime she comes back in the script, you'll know like that, right? Of course you will. It's good stuff. Good stuff. So take note of it. Well, I hope you learned something. Thanks for joining me. I'm David Mulligan, and this is the Writers Bloc on Virtual Channel Network. And remember, if you can put words on the page, you're not blocked. Thanks.